Hi, it's Lisa, and I am here today to give you a free 3-card reading. I'm going to be working with the Angel Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine and giving you a reading of, like I said, 3 cards. The first one being the most recent past, the current card, or the second card is the most current energy, and the third card being what we can expect in the near future. So without further ado, here we go. The first card that we got, these cards really make sense today. And I know they're speaking to me, and I'm really excited about them. So this first card is an 8 of Earth. And the 8 of Earth shows us this young prince. Let me get him right here. And he's also a fairy, but he's a young prince, and he's studying. And he's got 8 books there next to him, and those 8 books show us that 8 is a number of abundance, and so he's probably studying something that can bring him abundance, perhaps a new career path. So it could be him just going back to school. So I know that where I am, there's, I think pretty much everywhere, this is the time when everybody goes back to school. You know, college has started up, elementary, everybody's going back. So it could have been getting the kids back to school. It could be as mundane as that. However, I kind of feel like this is more aimed towards people who have really been trying to maybe perhaps take a new career path, maybe a hobby that they're wanting to enhance so that it maybe can bring them a little money. Okay? And so anyway, what they're showing me, let me also add, right here, there's a whole bunch of fertile ground here. It's real green, but there's not a lot of flowers. There's just a couple. So maybe this is something that's brought you a little bit of money in the past, but it's showing that you needed to do a little more studying because we want to make flowers bloom everywhere. Okay? The second card, which is the current energy. So this is someone who's just been doing some studying, sat back, and now it's time to take some action. So this is the Empress. This is a major life card. This was just like our everyday actions. This shows us that this is something that's, you know, we've started a new spiritual path, and we're already like 3 steps into it. But this is something that holds just a little more weight. And the Empress here is seen as the Archangel Gabrielle. Gabrielle is also very known for bringing us, she's known for communication and for bringing messages. And I think the message here is, the other symbology we see is that, see the waterfall right here? So the waterfall is what we saw with our High Priestess in the card right before this. The High Priestess was sitting back and really having to spend some time alone and do some deep meditation and really find some spiritual answers and knowing the spiritual way to move forward. Well, she's done all that, and now it's time to kind of have those. And she's also holding 2 water containers, 2 cups, and from those cups there's just water just flowing out of those. Well, that's the water right here in the waterfall. That's what's coming from those cups, and they're flowing towards our Empress. So now things are just open and flowing. There's also a baby bear here, which kind of tells us that, you know, while you might have been hibernating, meditating on this, really in contemplative thought, now we're moving forward. There's a coyote here, and the coyote shows us that a lot of times we do that. We work with other people. So a cougar is here. Cougar wants to tell us to be courageous. There's also a deer, and the deer likes to remind us that we should be kind to ourselves and to others and be gentle with ourselves. So even though this is a forward motion, this is a big deal, you need to still have some self-care, and of course consider that you want to keep everything in balance with others in your life. So this is kind of what's best for all concerned thing. But this is a card of great abundance, lavish abundance. A lot of times, the Empress also, the most general meaning, what a lot of people see in it is birth. The birth of a baby, perhaps an adoption. And it could also be the birth of your dreams. So what is your baby? Is it a book? Is it a hobby that's really super important to you, that you're wanting to take a step further? Is it a new business? Well, this card is telling you that right now is the time. These things, there should have been a breakthrough. Things should be moving forward. It's a physical manifestation of things, of epiphanies that you may have had in the past. Okay? Okay. What we can expect in the near future. You guys, this is such a good reading today. If there's something you've been starting, you wanted to get going, I'm telling you, this reading is telling us it doesn't get much better than this for you. Because the next card is this Four of Fire, right? The Four of Fire shows us this, see this right here, this little orb, it's forward motion. It's moving clockwise, and it's showing us that things are moving forward. This little baby dragon right here shows us that we have manifested great dreams, things that we've wished for. We've put them in there, and it's just moving forward. And this is stuff that you deserve this. Like, you've had to work for this. You've had to put a lot of passion. You've got a lot of passion that you had to put behind it. There's also four wands here, and they represent the lower four chakras. So we've got the red, orange, yellow, and green. It's a card of spiritual development. It also says, though, that it wants us to feel safe with a roof over our head. So this just isn't, hey, feel good stuff. This is real, like a stable, because we've got the four, like four legs of a chair. And it's telling us that we can feel safe with a roof over our heads, procreation perhaps. Of course, we have that Empress card, a marriage that started off, but we're in charge of our lives. There's a lot of joy, and there's a lot of joy in being in love with whatever it is that we're working on. It's like if we wished upon a star, and now, because there's a whole bunch of stars in here too, and so we've wished upon this star, and now our dreams are coming true. So that was a long way to say, hey, you guys, if you're listening to this, you've got a lot of good stuff in store, but it's because of the hard work and the study that you've put into it in the recent past. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If it really resonates with you, gosh, exciting, please reach out and say yes. High five, show me a high five little emoji. And if there's somebody in your life that could really use this message, then maybe forward it on to them, kind of a pay it forward thing. Of course, ask your friends if you really like this video and say, hey friends, Lisa does these free readings. It's really a cool place to just join, and her Facebook group. And I'd really, really appreciate that, because as my Facebook group keeps growing, guess what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to make these live readings. So you're going to get one specifically to the questions that you ask live. So let's keep this thing growing, okay? And if you need me, of course, you can reach out. And I've got all sorts of different types of readings and different price ranges. So reach out. That's about it for you, okay? Take care. Thanks so much for watching this.